Okay, good morning. This is my Toyota Corolla. Some people have been wondering, can you fit a drum set into the Toyota Corolla? In fact, not only can you fit it in, but in the back seat by itself, leaving the whole trunk free. So here we go. So this is what I've got. I got my toolbox, which has my sticks. You can see them in there. A bunch of other stuff, including a cowbell, all kinds of neat stuff in here. So cowbell, you'll see it. Okay, we got the bass drum pedal, of course. We got our hardware bags. There's two of them. One carries all the specific hardware for the whichever drum kit I'm taking. In this case, that's actually hardware for a Gretsch kit, but in fact, packed up is my live custom. In this bag, I carry all the hardware. That's the Crosstown. I got two cymbal stands, two boom stands that go with it. One goes actually on the drum set, snare stand, and hi-hat stand. Of course, we got the snare drum, 7 by 14, which is actually the Ludwig 110th anniversary brass heirloom brushed snare drum. Okay, we've got our throne. So the throne stand is in one of the hardware bags, and here's the seat. I've got my tablets, because I do carry tablets and some holders for them. Got a drum mat, and then of course the drum set, taking out the 22 by 14. So full disclosure, 22 by 14, not 22 by 18. Got 14-inch tom, 12-inch tom, and a 10-inch tom. So we'll show you how that all fits in. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to pack up the car. The one thing I did forget is the cymbal bag, so I have pulled that out. And here we go. What I do is I start with the bags for the hardware. Those go on the floor behind the passengers, or behind the driver's seat. So two bags, one on top of the other. And now for my toolbox. Now, next thing in for me, the drum mat. I put this in actually on the floor, right up against the seats, so that when I put the cymbal bag in later, it can't slip down. So there we go. Now, in for the drums. Okay, so we start with the nice 22 by 14. Remember I said this is 22 by 14. If you have a 22 by 18, you may end up using either a little bit of the trunk or a little bit of the front seat. Okay, now, because it's a 14, I can get both a snare drum, the 7 by 14. It's actually the 110th anniversary Ludwig heirloom brushed brass, beautiful snare drum, and my seat. They go on top of the bass drum. And voila, we're in like slim. So now we can start with the toms. 14-inch first. Then we're going to go with the 12-inch. Now, here's where things get more compact. We're going to need to put the bass drum pedal in next. And that's going to go between the seats on the floor, on top of everything else. Now, if we really want to get this last tom in, the 10-inch, we can probably put it right on top of that bass drum pedal, which is exactly what I'm going to do here. It's on top of the bass drum pedal, cymbals next, again, on the floor. Lots of room here. And now we got the final bag. Trusty tablet bag. Throw this right in against the edge here. Now, obviously I might put that in the front seat because when you open up after moving, it could fall out. Depends on whether I'm taking my full PA. If I'm taking the full PA, trunk is fully taken up. So is the front seat a little bit. And there we go. So, what's it look like inside? Let me take this off. Here we go. It is well packed in there. As you can see, things are on top of each other. Really got it down. There's the floor, cymbal bag. Go around to the other end of the car. Take a look in the other door. Here we go. You can see I've got the snare drum. We've got the seat for the throne there. We've got the bass drum in here. And again, 2 cymbal bags are on the floor. Or not cymbal bags, but hardware bags are on the floor on this side. So there you have it. Hopefully that gives you some idea of what you can fit in to a small car. In this case, a Toyota Corolla. I thought I'd talk about a few things that weren't mentioned in the video. First, this is a 5-piece kit. So if you're doing a 7-piece or a bigger kit, obviously you're going to have to use the trunk or the front seat. Also, I'm 5'7", so the front seat is not as far back as it possibly could be. If you're taller, you might want to put that bass drum behind the passenger seat and have the passenger seat moved forward. That would be my solution to that. Again, there are other things you may want to carry, like a headset, because I'm also a singing drummer. So I can use a headset. Sometimes I use the microphone and stand. If I have to bring those things along, I put them in the trunk. So I do use the trunk. Why is everything in the back seat? Why is the seat up? Because in fact, I've done the space analysis. And for the trunk, I leave that open for the PA. I take 2 Electro Voice EV30Ms, which have the subwoofer and some towers that go on those, so big stick poles. And also, if I need to take monitors, because we often use in-ears, but if we're not, then I take out my 2 Yorkville NX10Cs. They're very small. Those will fit in the trunk easily, along with mic stands, small little portable monitor from Mackie that I use as well for the drums, and then all of the cables, all of the power cords. Those can all fit in the trunk, although typically, because I take out an awful lot of extra stuff for cabling, for mic cables, I put the mic cables in the front seat on the floor. That's the typical thing, and if I have to take out things like tarps because it's outdoors, again, front seat gets used. But the into the trunk fits everything else. Now, you may also want to take out an extra bass drum pedal, an extra snare drum. Again, you may have to use the front seat or the trunk for those things. But typically, I don't take those. I do take some extra heads, and those can fit right in the cymbal bag or right behind the cymbal bag on the front seat floor. So lots of room. Back seat works great. I find this system is the easiest. Hope you enjoyed it.